Welcome back to Rant series, and I'm going to talking about Cartoonaboo that getting on my nerve and giving a lot of people a headache. Oh, the fuck is Cartoonaboo, you may ask? A Cartoonaboo, or sometimes Cartoon Justice Warriors or Social Justice Warriors alternative names, is that people waste time to complaining and moaning about a cartoon all day and night where people urge and demand them to bring back their precious cartoon. And other shit that people are huge of fans cartoon instead of anime, and many issues that are heavily affecting many people across the world, but these individuals detract from many of the real problems, and it has liberal, obsessive boner, Nostagiatard exhibition, copycats, Nazis, etc. With that out of way, let's go. Cartoonaboo is frequently butthurt who got nothing better to do by bitching about a cartoon, praising cartoon they love and treat them like an overlord to them, and believe save the cartoon channel that got nothing to do with it, and believe one of them has role models shit. Well, I know people watch the cartoon for entertainment, that I kingly unexpected people who enjoyed cartoon with laughing in some part, a smile in their faces, and other stuff, just before these moronic liberals start complaining shit to give people a headache. Therefore, they review certain cartoon with animated atrocities and animated admirable that they used, and it was terrible. People spending the time to copy off their opinion with same lines, make no damn sense and missing point the way they act like genocide towards cartoon by wanting to ban toilet humor and cruel humor and role model to teach a lesson. In matter fact, like I said earlier, most of them complaining and whiny about cartoon they hate, such as Teen Titans Go, the Powerpuff Girls reboot, Ben 10 reboot, etc., and urges them to cancel with use of online petitions, and accused cartoon channel like Cartoon Network is dead with their all day and night in spam schedule. Like really? Isn't that sad when people still won't lay off Cartoon Network and Teen Titans Go and still purest hate modern stuff for any reason? So people treat one of most hated cartoon like Satan to them the way cartoon spurgs bashing on reboot all the times. All fucking times. Even worse, when people saw trailer upcoming or announce that one of movie release in further notice, they start throwing harassing at and complaining, even more, when the movie doesn't even came out yet. That just proof Cartoonaboo or whatever want to name called are the brainless retard for not watching the whole movie before it was came out and full opinion in it without wasting time to bitching about it. Another thing is, these Nostagiatard bashing on one of modern cartoon and pull out my childhood is ruined excuse and talking about that it didn't come out in 2000 or 90s cartoon, or sometimes just hate every single modern stuff or find it has toilet humor and cruel humor. It really fucking annoying that Nostagiatard is still living in the past and treat them like masterpiece whatsoever, and jerk off in 90 cartoon and other older cartoon and teach moral that kids can be taught many moral lessons. Sometimes, they take modern cartoon with new season way too seriously and want them to cancelled or ended once for all, like modern SpongeBob SquarePants for example, and wanted to set up the moral and making sure less dark humor. Top of that, they are close-minded and jarring, if you think about it, and believe they got nothing to watch and urges them to bring back their childhood show. If weren't you nostalgia fans the ones that demanded BPG, Courage, TMNT, and Teen Titans to come back? Well, there you go. Aren't you fucking happy now? So Nostagiatard learns to stop living in the past, quit forcing the creator to bring their classic show, and move on even one of cartoon got cancelled or ended. Oh, Moderntard is no better. They're people who basically praise everything made in the present and bash everything made in the past on the grounds that it's old, and tend to shit and hurl insults towards same fans who simply have preferred of old stuff over a new one and act like having preferences is their biggest problem. Plus, most of them typically praising their precious modern cartoon they love and make thinks the classic cartoon is the best show shit. In matter fact, they are so obsessed with the cartoon with a passion and treat them like overlord and other shit all of a sudden. Let's say people who are typically obsessive boner cartoon they love like My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, Steven Universe, Gravity Falls, The Loud House, Star vs. the Force of Evil, Regular Show, Ducktales Reboot or just 2017 version, etc. To be fair, I have to say these cartoons are 100% overrated piles shit, especially My Little Pony, The Loud House and Steven Universe. You know about Steven Universe, most of them are shitload of social justice warriors who basically spending time to fapping LGBT culture, overpraised towards crystal gems, mainly pearl and garnet. The best show phrase is bullshit excuse or argument or sometimes claims to be perfect show, when it isn't. Gems porny and other fetish art and drove someone into suicide, after they bashing on one of artist or cosplayer for making fictional character look bad, while drawing or dress up, as and make a lot of people lives miserable. As for The Loud House, despite I still kinda like this show, their fans are so immature and butthurt who absolutely huge obsessive boner towards each character they love and treat them like real people, role model, warriors, etc. as well. Most of them accuse that this show is masterpiece to them, overhyped to death and has moral to teach the lesson shit. And don't forget these fanards are load and load of nothing but revolting pedophiles, loud cest shippers, opinion bashers, the Loud House meme maker with screenshot, social justice warriors, interbut, who they take fuck over and give a bad reputation to same fans and most importantly, beggars, who spend time to demand one of the characters like Lou and Loud who frequently urges writers to make her lesbian, bisexual or whatever and impatiently force writers to make their theory come true and give them a damn headache. And My Little Pony is full of zoophile who claims to be their real the way people who have a crush on them, as their waifu and wanted to have sex with them so bad, fapping pony porn and other fetish art, life destroyer and other shit. Not even they callously fighting over with anti-bronies, for having a different opinion or whatever, possibly blame them for being homophobes and being gay and sometimes ships with god-awful crossover ship that make no sense. Enough said about them and let's talk about rabid Cartoon Network haters. Oh boy, too many Cartoonaboo who is nothing better things to do, by dissing this channel program, accusing this channel is dead, since they didn't rerun old cartoon, nostalgia purist states modern cartoon, mainly Uncle Grandpa, which has never cared for this show, Problem Solver, which I never cared for and animated looks terrible, and one of them, and others tough. Not only that, they typically bashing on Christina Miller, who is currently Cartoon Network president for airing Teen Titans Go to many times, never rerun each old school cartoon and accused her she hates old cartoon the way she doesn't feel like rerun one off show, premiere one of bad cartoon especially reboot, canceling or ending their favorite cartoon like regular show, Adventure Times, since creator confirmed that show is ended at 2018, and one of them, etc. And I've seen people who send a lot of death threat to her, blame her for canceling their precious cartoon, destroying their favorite channel program and lead them to start hating on it, forcing her to bring back their favorite cartoon and worse, inline petition, where people mostly wanted her fired and dead just for heck out it and treating her like Satan all of a sudden and none of them lay off for her and still talking about her all the fucking time. Man, these people are a real sociopath for harsh treatment to Christina, if you asked me. I mean, I kinda feel sorry for her for how they react toward her and tried to make her lives miserable whatsoever and make them complete jarring as well and start favorite Nickelodeon and Disney nowadays exactly the way Alvin Hung, who is founder of Go Animate, which I love that site stayed all over again, after he updates one-off stuff just for saving his money for his family and keep his website safe to prevent getting taken down by Fox and other copyright material, although Alvin Hung hate got collapse. Likewise, most of them have her take note with actual real cartoon such as Ducktale once it has no cruel humor, toilet humor, sex jokes, all that the way real cartoon has nothing with doing and destroying their childhood whatsoever. Not even they happy that they getting a negative rating and wanted most hated cartoon to cancelled and bring back all classic cartoon while make sure take off theirs and continue precious cartoon they love. No matter how annoying Nostagiatard, rabid Nickelodeon and Disney fanards, social justice warriors and rabid Christina Miller's haters are sometimes, they probably don't take lightly and attacking you. Whenever tried to defend Cartoon Network without being butthurt and some shit and can't handle the truth about it. Oh, and talking about people whine, complain and moan about cartoon getting cancelled or ended or even got delayed are giving a 100% headache. Childish and full of crybabies where people seriously throwing tantrum after creator announcement. People just came out nowhere and start whole dramatic and overreacting with screaming and yelling and urges them to don't cancelled or ended or even delayed and bring back the show and sometimes they urge them to cancelled or ended most hated cartoon instead with use of online petition. Ha ha ha. Are you fucking kidding? Cartoonaboo are too stupid to handle truth about or maybe don't take it well, since creator ran out any idea to come up with, doesn't want to going downhills, whenever getting negative rating, plagiarism once they copy off their other creator idea that based on, etc. So they need to realize that and understand about creators' decision in telling them to bring back their cartoon that won't solve anything and make you even more childish than before. And I'm not gonna say this again. Not to mention, blaming Christina Miller for cancelling or ended their favorite cartoon as well, accusing Teen Titans Go ruined for them that absolutely affect nothing and blah blah blah. Cartoonaboo doesn't even bother to mourn over their tragic event when it got attacked by terrorism, mail bombing, murder, vehicle crash, someone missing, etc. and nothing else that they give a shit about cartoon on purpose. So Cartoonaboo need to stop crying about show getting cancelled, and or got delayed and mourn over tragic event instead. Therefore, a praising one of infamous cartoon reviewers critics, Mr. Ender, Phantom Striders, Veilskibum94, and Ben the Lumi where people worship their precious review and said one word or sometimes few word of good review or nice review or sometimes claims to be is the best cartoon reviews and blah 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 and they told by precious reviewers themselves once they start hating on it or upcoming cartoon premiere that doesn't confirm release date yet and flash or trailers or promo whatsoever. And most importantly, let me say this again one more times, they copy off their lines and opinion from cartoon critics, whenever it has character derailment issue or something like that. In fact, none of them use their own opinion and rely on YouTubers or so once they decide for them and they care about a moral cartoon and nothing else. And neither they take really lightly when someone disagrees with them and moral cartoon. Oh, when someone hate quad cartoon critics, they will rage at you, block you, send death threat or even have their favorite reviewers to block you. Man, these people are full of white knighting of Mr. Ender and other cartoon community who defending them when someone disagrees with them, tell truth about a cartoon and moral, etc. and treat them saviors and so. And to be fair about Mr. Ender, Phantom Striders, Veilskibum94 and Ben the Looney, they are worthless awful reviewers, since they complain about a cartoon, nonsense event that missing point, copycats Nazis, and other stuff and, of course, a rip-off of Nostalgia Critic who reviewing each cartoon. I presumed Mr. Ender is old topic, but I couldn't think that he talks shit about Cartoon Network to improve and make things right, when he clearly bitch and moan about this channel and cartoon they hate and nothing else. To stupid what difference between trolls and cyberbullies to give a people a headache. Even I barely agree that troll can mess in people around, but not the same things between trolls and cyberbullies, you know. Don't get me started with Phantom Striders, since he also complaining about a cartoon he doesn't like, while making top 10 videos with a repetitive idea, same lines, and same content all over again and probably bandwagon each cartoon. Veilskibum94 is typical Nickelodeon and Disney purist hate Cartoon Network, since his overreacting and dramatic about Teen Titans Go schedule, getting his favorite show cancelled or ending, basement dweller, plagiarism, and victory gloating, whenever getting high rating for showing other stuff. And Ben the Looney is basically Nostagiatard and disgusting pedophile who is a strong sexual attraction to young children and nothing else. Not to mention, thanks to liberals idiot who take over the entire cartoon, look like to me I can't find any show I like, whether or not, and start whine about the harmless cartoony and completely pissy and sore loser, when they disagree something regardless what they are and their true value at this point. They casually have a mental or physical disorder so they get away scot-free, when they have autism, whether or not, Down syndrome, Asperger's, low self-esteem, lack of intelligence, etc. as well. They use autism card as poor excuse and load of anti-social justice warriors, which is bad as social justice warriors themselves. And most of them use a status quote of "I respect your opinion," where people are contradicting themselves all the times, overused, opinion forcers that make them a major hypocrite, and opinion do not have feelings, soul or emotion. That respect opinion looks like you defensive of elder or children from any harm. Well, I'll say on and in about this, but cartoon community is exactly like Weeaboos and Go Animate fandom all over again, and most sad about that they are age of late teens or older, that people won't stop bitching about cartoon all of a sudden and disregard they are Nostagiatard, life destroyers, pedophile, obsessive boner, salty, beggars, and other shit. And moreover, they spoiler people that none of them watch premiere cartoon yet, make animation fans look bad and give them bad reputation, and impatiently precious characters make more episode as well. So, Cartoonaboo, if you're watching this, instead of sitting here and thinks this is the end of the world due to Teen Titans going other show and whatever, you probably got something better to do and get jobs so you can save the money and more healthier to make you better, and get idea why cartoon community is full of manchild and womanchild, opinion bashers, and ruin everything to make everyone life's miserable and officially going downhills. Shadow Storm Trail 78 signing out. Goodbye.